Hi kids, I'm Storytime Pup, and welcome to the Storytime Pup Show. I'm so glad you came by to play. I love when my friends come by to play, and you're one of my friends. Are you ready to have fun? Let's see what we're going to do today. Magic marker, show us what we're going to do today. Yay! It's storybook time! We love storybook time! Today's children's book is Colin the Coastguard, Frisky Falls Overboard, written by Catherine Shaw and illustrated by Steve Goodwin. Hello everyone, my name is Colin. I live in a small fishing village called Tideswell. I work as a coast guard with my dog Rocky. I have to make sure that people are safe when they are at sea, on the cliffs, or on the beach. If anyone is in trouble, I can contact my friends who are always ready to help. It was a blustery morning and the sea was choppy. Colin the Coast Guard and his dog Rocky were looking out across Tideswell Bay. In the distance they could see the ferry boat coming from Pebble Island. The ferry boat was bringing the children from the island to Tideswell School. The wind was blowing salty spray on the children's faces. The children were wearing life jackets and had their school bags with them. Misha was sitting beside her friend Matt. Suddenly, Misha noticed that Matt's bag seemed to be wriggling. From the top of the bag, a small furry head popped out. A shiny black nose, a pink tongue, and 2 brown eyes looked up. It was a puppy, she gasped. Misha laughed as the puppy squeezed out of Matt's bag and jumped onto his lap. "This is Frisky, my new puppy," said Matt. The other children saw what was happening and began to shout, "Woof! Woof! Woof! Woof!" Suddenly, the ferry boat hit a huge wave. Frisky was startled and jumped onto the side of the boat, but his paws slipped on the wet rail. Over the side and into the water he tumbled. Sploosh! Matt yelled out, "Frisky!" Frisky was being washed away from the boat. Then something happened to make things worse. Splat, splur, splat! The engine sputtered and stopped. Some old plastic bags had wound around the boat's propeller. Colin the Coast Guard was in his office when the phone rang. It was the ferryman asking for help. This was an emergency. What could Colin do? Colin called Winch, the tugboat captain. He told him that the ferry boat needed help. "Right," said Winch. "I'll be there as fast as I can." Then Colin phoned Chesil, the helicopter pilot. He asked her to rescue Frisky. "I'm on my way," said Chesil. Winch steered towards the ferry as quick as he could. He could see the children and the ferryman waving to attract his attention. Winch carefully moved his tugboat alongside the ferry. He threw a rope to the ferryman, who tied it to the front of the boat. As Winch towed the ferry to Tideswell Harbor, he phoned Colin to let him know the children were safe. But what about Frisky? Meanwhile, Frisky was beginning to feel tired. He was being swept further out to sea. Slippy the seagull was flying high in the sky. He saw that Frisky was in trouble and circled above so that Chesil could see where to fly the helicopter. Chesil flew the helicopter towards Slippy and spotted Frisky in the sea. She lowered a basket until it touched the water. Chesil called out, "Don't worry, Frisky. You'll soon be safe." When the basket was close to Frisky, he scrambled in. Chesil made sure that Frisky was safely in the basket. Then she gently pulled it up into the helicopter. Chesil radioed Colin to say Frisky was safe. Chesil flew the helicopter back to Tideswell. By this time, Colin and Rocky were there with Matt and Misha to welcome Frisky. As Chesil took off to return to base, they all shouted, "Thank you!" and gave her a big wave. They were so happy that Frisky was safe. Next day, Colin went to Matt and Misha's school to talk to the children about what had happened. The children realized how important it was to follow the rules. That evening, Matt sent a letter to Colin to thank him for helping to rescue Frisky. Colin was delighted when he read the letter. That's kind of Matt, said Colin. Rocky barked and wagged his tail. Colin smiled. Yes, Rocky, he said. We've found some new friends. The end. That was a nice book, wasn't it? It's so nice how the Coastguard can help so many people. What do you think of the Coastguard? Let me know in the comments below. A big thank you goes out to Catherine Shaw and Steve Goodwin for that great book about Colin the Coastguard. You can find out more about Colin the Coastguard by looking in the description below. Wasn't that great? I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click on the thumbs up button below. Moms, dads, and adults, please leave your and your children's comments below. This way we know what shows you like, so we can make more of them. There's one more thing that we always do at the end of every show. Magic glasses. Magic glasses lets me see some of my friends who came to play. Maybe I'll see you today. Magic glasses, that's the way. Show me my friends who came to play. Okay, now everyone smile and wave and let me see if I see you. I see Gracie and Silas and Justin, Andrew, there's Jude and Holly and Kara and Scott. I see Randy and Camilla, Dallas, Anthony, Bernita, Rose, Aiden, Paul. I see all my friends looking at me. Did I see you today? If not, maybe I'll see you next time. Make sure you check back soon, because we'll be adding a bunch of new shows every week. Make sure you have an adult. Click on the subscribe button right here. That way you won't miss any of the fun. Moms and dads, make sure you visit the Storytime Pup website to sign up for our great free giveaways. We have giveaways for books, CDs, DVDs, t-shirts, and other great stuff. Sign up just once, and you'll have a chance for all the drawings to come. And kids, don't forget to tell your friends about Storytime Pup. And before I go, here's a great big hug for all my friends. Thanks for stopping by to play. I'll see you real soon. Bye now. The fun's not over yet, kids. Click below for more fun videos. There's children's books, Let's Pretend, and games. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking right here.